here we are in heat number 11 with Bede, Durbidge, Mihimana, Braye, Carlos Munoz, and Granger, Larsen, Kuiper, along with Ross Williams, and just another stacked heat as we expected here at the Bands World Cup of Surfing.
Namely, Bede Durbidge. This is rad. Bit of a comeback story right here. Obviously broke his pelvis bone last year at Pipe and was out of the water for almost a year, Kaipo. So this is crazy for him to be back this quick and a couple of clean gaps. And that's what Bede Durbidge is known for. He is a power surfer.
We got this guy, Carlos Munoz from Costa Rica. He's got that long hair up and out of the way, and just couldn't get the nose out of the way there, purled on his first turn. So maybe a missed opportunity for the young Costa Rican. Now on the paddle, looks like this is, it was going to be in blue out there, is Mihimana Braye, another one of our Tahitian competitors. Drag, Cliff Botello of the Hawaiian Water Patrol, going to take him to get his back up. This is what happened.
Yeah, I like that. You know, very gutsy approach there. You saw him dragging his right hand in the wall, trying to stall for the barrel, and had great reflexes. He changed his mind. He said, you know what, I'm going to change gears here and go for an off the lip, but he got trapped right inside that curve of the wave, tight transition, and he purled. It's always tough to fit your board in that tight transition, but that's where the big points are. If you're going to throw a big hook in the pocket, the judges will reward you. And then just a quick snap from Granger.
I remember just an emotional moment for Granger Larsen. Meanwhile, out the back, Bede Durbidge and his triumphant return. And look at Bede, beautiful top turn, moving down the line, tucks into the barrel for a little bit, calm, cool, collected. Durbo with a beautiful swoop and cut back. A little bit of a rail catch, but never mind, because he's going to finish it off on his feet as he does. And right behind him, goofy foot, Tahitian Mihimana Braye. Mihimana, part of our WSL Hawaii Tahiti Nui region, and great surfer in his own right. Big bright future for the 23-year-old. All through the globe until we actually had an event over in Israel.
What do you know what the event rated was in Israel?
It was a QS 1500.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Brad, that Israel is putting on an event. It's a crazy global sport here we got going. Bede Durbidge, sick gap, and then a nice little shack there. So variety right on cue for the criteria. Bede Durbidge, a nice rail turn, a barrel, and a floater. 3 different moves. That should really light up the judges. You know they're going to be psyched on that for Bede. He made it look easy, didn't he? Very cool. But all those maneuvers to choose him, to put him in the right place at the right time is not easy. Nice little backhand jab in the pocket for Mihimana. And then kind of an elevator drop right there. That maneuver wasn't that crazy until, you know, almost by accident he free fell. So he added a little excitement to a relatively safe move.
Yeah, Mihimana Braye, right at the beginning of the year, he really got my attention with a quarterfinal finish there in the Australian Open. Here is Granger Larsen, Maui boy, swooping, that great style that you always see Granger with, and he kicks out of his ride. He opened up with a 3.5. Now he has a backup for that at the 22-minute mark. Well, 9 minutes, 45 seconds, and some scores dropped in. As you alluded to, Ross 7.67 for that great calculated approach from Bede Durbidge, putting all the right turns in the right places. The backhand approach by blue Mihimana Braye, a 6.83. So those two, red and blue, out in the lead.
You know, Simpo, such a good character, amazing surfer. We need him back on a championship tour.
Here we go with Mihimana Braye. Long bottom turn, slight arc off the top, working his way down the line, loads up for a cutback, banks it into the white water aggressively. Another faded bottom turn, and is going to have to settle for another cutback as this wave just softens up, but it's going to be a score. Looking to better his low of a 2-point ride, so he probably did that, didn't he, Ross?
Yeah, for sure. So Mihimana Braye, Tahitian boy, is going to create a little bit of separation. And here goes Bede trying to swoop in.
Bede Durbidge, Durbo, looking like he's back in form, although that wave didn't form up for him, so he kicks out.
And some will actually close out. And this wave was actually pretty nice, wasn't it? It had a wall on it, it was steep, and it allowed Mihimana to tee off 3 times. Pretty wicked rebound there. So just a slopey cutback, but he actually made it into a scoreable move. So a solid backup for the Tahitian.
By Granger Larsen and Carlos Munoz. Here we go again with Bede, and a big wall in front of the big man from North Strati. Looks for the barrel, he's gonna find it, and just tried to fight his way out of it, and just unfortunately got lipped on the way out.
Wow, that was wild. So Pete Durbidge right there looking for the side door exit there, Kaipo, and got punished.
Of endurance. Here we go with Bede Durbidge in the replay.
Well, you could see it was a beautiful wave. This thing was classic. Long wall though, so it's kind of tough to gauge. He's thinking, where do I pull in? See how long he's sizing it up, and he says, okay, I pull in here. And he stayed nice and high and tight, but because the wave closed out, it didn't give him that nice normal exit. He had to manufacture a little doggy door exit.
This is what happened during that catch-up with Surfline. Check this out.
Kaipo, the man in 4th place, Carlos Munoz, has been kind of bogging up to this point, but he's found himself a way to climb back into this heat in the form of a nice pit. So I know he didn't capitalize with the maneuver. He got hung up on that cutback, but watch this barrel. He's going to stand nice and tall, kind of steps on a tail for just a second, trying to wipe off speed so he can get nice and deep. And there's that almond-y shaped barrel. So again, it's tricky out here at Sunset. Even though it's big, it's powerful, it's strong.
Is 4.81. This is Carlos Munoz pulling into a barrel, not finding an exit. Wow. 1.77.
Yeah, that's just a deep water barrel right there. That thing not staying hollow, kind of filling up with water. And behind him, Granger, Larsen. There's a successful barrel ride, even a little bit of a spit. So Granger are getting a nice 2. Not super deep, but it was definitely pretty. Not be the score yet. We'll keep you posted.
Here we go, Carlos Munoz. Streaking down the line, long wall in front of him. Gaps a turn, gets back to the lip, grabs a rail, lands, and just pulls it off like it's bucked the other way.
Wowzer. Springboarded back up into the air. So he's still going to be hunting here in the last 4 minutes.
Mihimana off the bottom, a nice hook. A little off balance coming down from there, regains position. Lip glide and a little late to that, so getting hung up and incomplete on the second maneuver. Bede Durbidge, our heat leader. Nice wall in front of Durbo. Beautiful arcing snap. Comes around the corner again. They'll through the lip, gets around Mihimana Braye. Paddling out. Nice little cutback. Controlled surfing by Bede Durbidge. 3.67 is what he wants to improve upon. And I think he does that.
Wow. Yeah, big floater there at Val's Reef, and behind him, wow, Carlos Munoz, again, another crazy little wipe out there trying to hit the lip.
Let's take a look at the last of Mihimana Braye, however.
Yeah, Mihimana trying to ditch a 4.3, and there's a solid snap right in the pocket. Another one, just kind of floating it there, and it's the trickery of surfing competition at Sunset Beach. You want to hit the lip, you want to impress the judges, but once you hit the lip out here, it's so tough to hang on. And odds are Sunset's going to win that battle, but Bede making it look really easy. So Kaipo, it's a balancing act. You want to be progressive, you want to show commitment, but you have to really impress the judges with rail surfing and power surfing. And Bede has done that. The perfect example was his 7.67. Behind him, Carlos again. That was a small enough wave where he thought, you know what? I can hit the lip here. I can handle this free fall. So it's all about the elevator drop right here. Watch as he free falls. He let go of the rail. He's got that extension, but that whitewash, that reverb kind of bounced into the tail of his board. And that allowed him to, he couldn't really predict how that board was going to behave. And then that board springed back up into him and kind of flinged them up into the air. That was a crazy looking wipeout. Next year, despite him, missing the whole year.
Granger Larsen, important waves, needs a 6.64, better squares off the bottom, mid-face turn, streaking down the line, has to get a little cut back in here and hope for more on the inside. Little lip line glide, and wave shoulders out. Right behind him, Carlos Munoz needs a smaller score of 4.81. Carlos with a couple of nice cutbacks, setting up for the inside, looking for something dynamic, and just gets a roundhouse cutback. But not a big score, as this heat is going to wind down. Another little layback in there. And the funky little inside valve section for him, and Carlito continues to perform. So Ross, look at this guy. Is that the 4.81 or what?
Wow, that was wild. I mean, normally we say, the judges won't get too excited about any kind of maneuvers through Val's Reef, but he did 100.